Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's installment of Align's Daily Dose of Advice, our way of bringing you valuable insights and thought leadership from business experts from around the world on various topics that will hopefully help you and your business. My name is Eugene Turk. I'm the Vice President of Align. You can always learn more about Align at aligntoday.com. My guest today is JD Busch. JD is the Chief Energy Officer and founder of Busch Global Consulting. JD has more than 25 years of franchising experience and expertise. His journey to ownership in the franchise world began with a single multi-unit deal back in 1995. Since then, his organization has grown to over 90 franchisee-owned locations, and he's been instrumental in the growth for multiple franchise brands as a franchisee, a regional developer, and as a franchisor. Due to JD's success, his company has been featured for 3 consecutive years on Inc. 5000's annual list of America's fastest growing private companies, and he has won numerous awards in the franchise industry, including Franchisee of the Year, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the franchising space. JD, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Obviously, the world of franchising, from the perspective of both the franchisor and the franchisee, has been significantly impacted by the COVID disruption. And given your extensive experience specifically in this particular business sector, I was hoping that we could just start today's conversation by just getting a better understanding of sort of exactly what you and Busch Consulting do in the franchising space.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. One of the things is, especially with Busch Global, we actually go through and do a full consulting in the way of franchise development. So we actually have a FSO, which is a franchise sales organization, to help brands develop and sell franchises and get more franchisees. We do that obviously domestically and international. And of course, we do have consulting arm, which will help franchisors do better and better strategic planning on how to develop, how to grow your team, how to support your team, obviously, how to budget and grow your company in the right way. So that's a huge piece of what we do outside of obviously the franchise development, because obviously the franchise development goes team of people. You got to have people to support, people to open locations, and obviously if you sold too many, causes problems, and obviously if you have no growth whatsoever, you don't have team of growth as well. So we're really trying to work those hand in hand, and that's really the main thing we do. We also look at investments in franchisors where we're partners and help them not make all the mistakes I made personally in the last 25 years. I've made every one of them. I just learned not to make it twice. So we use the 25 years of my experience and obviously even more experience of my team to really help franchisors, emerging franchisors, not make the same mistakes we did and help to grow smarter and faster than I've done in the past.
And obviously through the clients that you work with, I'm just curious sort of how has your franchise organization fared and sort of navigated the COVID disruption that we're all experiencing right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the big thing is, and I know between the mom and pops and franchising, I think franchising as a whole is really bonded even stronger. I think that we've had a lot of different vehicles and things that IFA has done, even working directly with the government to really help franchisors weather this as good as they can. And obviously having a better direction with the different loans that are out there to help franchisees survive in this situation, even how to come out of it with the limited and social distancing still in place. But again, the franchising side, the franchisors, I think with us being able to work together has helped tremendously, obviously, with how we come out of this in COVID, compared to, I think, with a lot of people that don't have that support or have that arm of people to communicate and talk with on how to come out of this the best way possible.
And one of the things that you mentioned is you sort of the work that you guys do in franchise development. And so how has that been affected? I mean, are people really sort of going out and is now a good time when people are looking to open franchises or sort of look for new locations and really develop their franchise organizations?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's, obviously definitely a dip that's come down. I think it's the biggest thing is where the industry is shifting. There's obviously we're I guess technically in the percentage wise we're the second largest unemployment we've ever had in history. The depression obviously percentage wise was higher, but obviously the largest unemployment we ever had before in history. And a lot of those times it shifts. There's a lot of people that are executives that were in the workforce. They're saying let's not go back into it and look at franchise opportunities. I think that the franchise opportunities they're going to look for are definitely going to be businesses or franchisors that are what they consider recession proof, and now they say corona proof. That comes with a lot of personal services down to home services and lawn care and things like that really still have to keep going to keep people just handling their day-to-day business. So I think there's going to be a shift in where people actually put their money and how they put their money out. But yeah, there definitely is going to be a shift. That's with big money and PE and with current franchisees and how they're developing.
So obviously, franchisees are somewhat limited in the things that they can sometimes do given the franchise agreements that they enter into with the franchisor. I'm just wondering if you could sort of give us some examples of ways that franchisees have been able to pivot their business, even though they have some of those restraints just from the legal obligations that they have under those franchise agreements.
I think obviously I'll just stick more on the kind of reopening and the new processes that are in place. And of course, every city, because I have locations in different cities and different states, every state and every city could have different restrictions, obviously, even with opening and how you open. So obviously, I think where franchisors have been great and have to be more open to the fact of how you reopen each market and area. And for me, at least for the franchisors that I've worked with and been talking with, they've been very fast, obviously, to really set up new processes and procedures to the new market and environment that we're in. So I think it's been great. I mean, yes, normally pivoting and just making big changes don't happen very quickly a lot of times in big franchise systems, but I think right now they have to. And so they know they have to be able to make those choices. They have to even make and give to the franchisees the choices and things that they need to do to be able to get back open and make sure they do it in a safe way. I mean, and make it to where not only the customers, but the employees feel safe when they're at work. So I think a lot of people have really gone through and put in a lot of processes very quickly to be able to help those franchisees get back open.
JD, the question that I ask everyone that comes on the Daily Dose of Advice, what's the number one piece of advice that you would share with other franchisors and franchisees right now?
I think the number one thing I would say right now is, like you said, is having that unity and that bond with franchisees, having more of a open way and faster way to be able to communicate and get things done. I think that's in the world we're in and how it's changing. Obviously, we're here on a Zoom call, and I think everything can be done a little faster, quicker than setting up meetings and meeting in 2 weeks and things of that sort. I think that's where shifting and just the quickness of what franchisors and franchisees had to do in the last several months, obviously is hopefully going to be a good change and a good way that franchisors and franchisees can communicate in a better, faster way.
Sounds great. JD, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you that would like to learn more about JD and Busch Consulting, please check out their website at Busch, that's BUSCH global.com. Again, if you'd like to learn more about the Align software, please go to aligntoday.com. And we hope that you will join us for our next Daily Dose of Advice. Till then, thank you so very much, and we hope that you make it a great day. Thanks, JD.
Thank you.